Hey there, CJ Maston. So I'm going to help you out with homework equations review number 2. It's basically a nice review of one-step, two-step, multi-step equations in preparation for when we have to use these equations to graph them. So remember, the goal is to make sure that you isolate the variable, solve for it, and then check in by plugging in. So first one, draw your Tetris. That's a bad Tetris. So add -10 to both sides. In doing so, you should get -b equals 5. Divide by -1, and you get your answer of b equals -5. You check by saying 10 minus -5, right? You plugged in your -5 for b is equal to 15, and indeed 15 is equal to 15. Number 3, remember it's just straight division, right? This right here is multiplication, so the opposite of multiplication is division. Divide by -6, because -6 is the coefficient attached to m. M is equal to 42 divided by -6. A positive divided by negative is a -7. Check by saying -6 times -7. See, does that equal 42? In fact, it does. Number 5, the opposite of division is multiplication. So we say times 11 times 11. We get A is equal to 66. So B, check by asking yourself, is 66 divided by 11 equal to 6? And indeed, 6 is equal to 6. All right, now we have two-step equations. So we start by adding 6 to both sides. Bring down 8m. This cancels out because it's 0. -22 plus 6 gives you -16. Divide by 8. And m is equal to -2. Check by asking yourself, is -6 plus 8 times -2 equal to -22? Well, is -6 plus -16 equal to -22? And indeed, -22 equals -22. Right? Number 9, we add 6 to both sides first. Always work with the constant rather than going right to the variable. Okay, x over -4 is equal to 1, multiplied by -4 on both sides, and we get x is equal to -4. We check by asking ourselves, is -6 plus -4 over -4, right, just plugging in the -4 for x, equal to -5. Is -6 plus this -4 divided by -4 is +1, equal to -5, and indeed -5 equals -5. So I hope you notice that all the problems on the front are exactly similar to the outer problems that I've just done. So if you ever needed help on like solving number 8, number 10, whatever it was, rewind to the problem that I did or look at the work you've done. To the back side, to get rid of a fraction like this, we multiply both sides by the denominator. So times 2 times 2, those cancel out. You get 2 plus a is equal to -10. We add -2 because it's already positive to both sides, and we get a is equal to -12. To check, ask yourself, is 2 plus -12 over 2 equal to -5? First, work with the numerator. 2 plus -12 is -10 over 2 equal to -5, and in fact, -10 divided by 2 is -5, so therefore -5 equals -5. You must check to show all work. Please make sure you're doing so. I will not accept it if you do not check. Number 13, you use distributive property first. So you say -3, because a -3 times 1 is -3, and then a -3 times 4 is -12x equals -75, and now we have a beautiful two-step equation. So we add 3, because it was already -3, so we want to make it 0. We get -12x is equal to -72, and then we divide -72 by -12. Be very careful to make sure that you are keeping track of your signs. You should get +6 because a negative divided by negative is positive. And I don't ask you to check. So number 15, a -7 times r is -7r. A -7 times 7 is a -49 equals -91. So we start off by adding 49 to both sides. Once we do that, we will bring down our -7r, and then -91 plus +49 gives you -42. divided by negative 7. And then a negative divided by negative is a positive, so r is equal to positive 6. Negative 42 divided by negative 7 is positive 6. All right, and then in the last part, we have variables on both sides. So remember with these, we want to bring the variables over to the left-hand side to try and make it a two-step equation. So the first thing you need to do is add negative 6n to both sides. When you do that, you should get 10 plus negative 4n equals negative 6, right? Negative 6 is right there. And now you have a two-step equation where you add negative 10 to both sides. Negative 4n is equal to negative 16, and divide by negative 4. Again, making sure that you're keeping track of your negatives the whole way. Negative divided by negative is a positive, so n is equal to positive 4. And the last one, again, we start this time by adding 2m to both sides because it was positive or negative here, so we need to add positive to make it 0. These cancel out. You get 5m minus 6 is equal to 9. Add 6 to both sides because, again, you want to make it 0. You get 5m is equal to 15. Divide by 5, divide by 5. M is equal to 3. Right, very good. Just a reminder, if I did not see your class, I think Regis, I didn't see you on Friday, please make sure that you have both this complete as well as homework 10.3 for Monday. That's it. Call me if you have questions.